In this video, we're going to see how you can add to your Mastra AI agent image creation capabilities. So with the agent that I have created some code that will help you generate image with your agent, and these are some of the images that I've generated for my use. And in this video, we're going to see how you can add these capabilities with an API that can help you take advantage of different APIs that are out there, like Nano Banana 2 or GPT Image or others. So we're going to use the Kie API that has access to all of the images APIs and even more, like videos and so on. And also this API aggregator, it will enable you to create images cheaper than the official API pricing. So you see in here that, for instance, with Nano Banana 2 for 4K, you have like 9 cents for an image, and if you have like a smaller resolution, it will be 6 cents, and you have access to GPT Image 2. Again, this one, it costs only 5 cents. And you see that the prices are quite cheap, and with this agent that I have in here, you just tell it what you need, and he will be able to go and utilize the tools and go and create the images for you. And in this video, we're going to see how you can build that easily and add this to your Mastra installation. So I'm using Mastra for an AI assistant that is a replacement to the Hermes on OpenAI, and in here I have the repo that we're going to use. So basically this is a standard repo that has only the tiny fish tools to search the internet. It has the YouTube tools to go and fetch the metadata, GitHub research, and to spin this thing up, you just need to just clone this and npm install and put the API keys in here, and then it will go and work. So if we're going to run this, I already created everything in here, and if you're gonna run npm run dev like this, it will go and start the Mastra Studio, and then you will be able to work with the Mastra assistant like this. And right now you see that this has only the assistant, it has the tools that I've sent you, and even here if you want to go and chat with the assistant, you can do that. And in here I have linked OpenRouter with the free, and you can go and type it, but right now this is not having any image capability, so we're going to add this. And what I'm gonna do for this, I will go into the Kie.ai in here, because we're gonna need an API key for this, and I will go and open this. Okay, and in here you see that you have the API keys, you have the logs, and basically in here you will have also access to the images that were created. So let's see some results. You see that you can check the images also in here, and you see that the price is like this. It's depending on the model that you are using. It will be like 8, 10, 7, 4, depends on what you need. And yeah, in here you see that you will have in the beginning about 100 free credits, but you can charge Kie with cheap credits, and you can go and work with it. Until now I didn't have any problems with Kie. And here you will have the API key. I will gonna create a new API key, and I will put it like test, because afterwards I will gonna delete, and I will let it like this. And what I will do, I will go and implement this. I already have an article with all of these details, but I will not gonna do everything manually. What I will gonna do, I will just open an AI agent like this, and I already opened this, and this is using the GLM 5.2. So please go and implement, add the Kie API like this, and I will copy the API key. You can add it manually, but I don't want you to show you the environment variables in there. That's why I've put this in here, and then we're gonna go and hit enter. And right now the CLI, the factory I draw it. In this case, it will go and check my article and it will implement all of the details in here. So in this repo you have also the Mastra skill that will help the agent understand how Mastra is working. And right now he will go and generate the code needed for us to go and have these tools added. So in here you see that right now you don't have any image tools, you don't have any agent that can work with the image, and at the end this should work and we should have like an fully agent that can go and create images for us easily. Of course you can implement this with Cloud Code if you want and so on. You can just ask it to create a skill to use the Kie API for this, but for me I prefer to use Mastra because it has better UI and it has memory and so on. So I will let this work and at the end we are gonna see how it's functioning. So in about 2 minutes the agent finished. So it added my API key in there with the details, it put the example in environment so the project to know, and it started creating the client for us. So basically this will tell Mastra how to access the API, where to put the generated images, uploads, in case for instance you want to use image to image to put your face and other things in there, maybe logos and things like that. And then it created a tool like Kie Image with the 5 tools in there. And in here you see that it has the details with the explanations. Okay, then it registered the image agent because I told it to create a new agent for this that will have access to this. And right now everything should be ready to go. It is testing everything, and at the end this should work. By default we are going to see this, and if it has like and details and if it can create images for us. So basically it will be saved in here in the workspace for us, everything in generated images. Okay, so right now he's testing to see if the agent is there, and it should have the message that everything is prepared for us, and we're gonna go and test it. It is trying to check the API. You see that it has access, and right now these are the credits because I have also a tool that will fetch the credits that you have in there in case you want to see how much credits are stored in your Kie account. And right now everything is created, so you see that it added everything. So it created the tools with the client image, it created the agent, it added the agent into index, and it added the details. And what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna run npm run dev like this, and right now the Mastra should start and we should be able to go and create our image. So I will open a new session, and in here you see you have the assistant, you have the image agent in here, and if you're going to check the settings in here, you're gonna see that you have the Kie image task credits as set, these Kie models to tell it the models what that are in there. And I'm gonna create a new chat and I will choose again the free. Okay, and yeah, what I'm gonna do, I will tell it to create and block cover for this, and I will not tell it what to use. And right now I think this agent doesn't have the tiny fish URL fetching. Let's see. Okay, it sees the tiny fish search. Okay, and right now this will work and create the image for us, and at the end we should have an image created. Of course this is just something that I told this so it can work. So for instance, if we're going to check my main thing in here, you're gonna see that I have an UTL skill like this. And basically what I did in here, I told him how to create the images for me, so it should be on brand with the text that I want and everything. And that's why, for instance, you're gonna see that those have some consistency because they're looking similar with my brand and the things that I've seen that it's working. So you see it is able to create some nice things with my face. Okay, and right now the model goes and generate the Kie image. Okay, and for this it decided to use the Seed Dream 5 Pro. Of course, you can tell it the image model that you want to use, but in this case I just let him choose one that he wanted in there to see what he's deciding. Of course, another important thing that you may want to take into consideration is the model that it's doing this, because right now it's using the free OpenRouter models. So yeah, it has an impact on this. So smarter the model it is, smarter it will be able to use these image tools and tell it what to create for us. But for this I just want to demonstrate you the things that you can do with this Kie.ai that will help you create images, and with Mastra, and this will start running. It should take about a minute or two, because it depends how fast the image model it is, and at the end we should have an image generated. Okay, so right now we see that it told us that the image was generated in here with the details, and in here you see that the image should be generated into the generated tab, and you have the credits that were used because it's used the 4K, it used more credits, but again you can steer the model to use what credits and model you want in there. And right now I will open the project because this will generate the images into this workspace. So in here you see that you have images right now generated, and in here we have the cover for this. So Mastra image agent, Kie.ai intelligent visual creation. So yeah, I mean, this is not pretty good because it doesn't use the skill with exacting and brand that you want. So that's why you may want to create a skill to tell it exactly how the image should be built with your visual elements, with your text and things like that. But yeah, I mean, right now you have a full Mastra agent that can go and generate image. And besides that, if we're going to check Kie in there, you're gonna see that in here you will have also the logs with the details, and you see in here that this is the result, and in here you will be able to go and see what models are out there. So you see that you have also video options in here, you have audio that can be generated, speech to text, text to music, and so on. So Kie will allow you to use all of these models at a discounted price. Right now I'm just using them for images. You have like 11 labs, you have Topaz for the upscale of an image. This is how you are adding an image capability to your Mastra AI assistant. So in case you like what you have seen, please don't forget to subscribe and like the video. I will let the details into the video description.